Hi you guys, happy Friday. Okay, this is gonna be a doozy doozaroo, okay? I was, okay, whatever, I'm gonna start. I had all these plans to do something different, and for whatever reason this week, things were just not, like I was like, well, I wanna do this type of video, I wanna do that type of video, and nothing was kind of making sense, and I just didn't, not making sense, but I just didn't feel like excited, or not excited, but like I always feel excited, and if I don't, I just do something that I'm excited about, whether it's sitting in the car eating Taco Bell, talking, if that's what I'm into, talking about stuff that I bought. And I've got so many great things, but I was like, no, that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel right. And then I thought, wait a minute, this is going August 2nd. That's my YouTube anniversary, and then it just clicked, and I was like, that's what I need to talk about today. And I do have a lot of favorites, okay? We are long overdue for favorites, and these are so good. Beauty favorites. Things that'll change your life. Oh, I didn't put on earrings. Does it matter? Should I? Y'all, I just have so much to talk about. Today is my 16th YouTube anniversary. And while 16 doesn't seem like such a huge, crazy number, I guess, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a 10 or a 20. I don't know, and then this year, I had kind of a milestone birthday, and I'm just thinking about all these things. I'm like, 16 years doing anything is a big deal, and I don't toot my own horn at all much, I'm not that impressed, because this is truly just me being me. I just feel like we need to talk, and things that are kind of, I feel, honestly profound, things that I have learned over the years, the way that, just what this means, because it is a big deal. The context matters. The fact that we've been here so long together matters. What we've learned along the way, things that have changed, what this means. And I just feel that while so many years have passed and I've never said anything about this is my YouTube anniversary, I've got this many followers, I'm doing this, I don't care about that. I don't like looking at video numbers. I don't like looking at views. I don't like looking at any of that. I just know everything is always good, and I'm not doing that for these reasons. But the number of the year, I think, matters, and I think it's worth celebrating and worth kind of reflecting on. So to think in my mind, I don't feel like so much time has passed, but then yet I think about things from that time, and it feels truly like a lifetime ago. And when I began this has been almost half of my life now. It's crazy. I started my channel in 2008. I had just gotten married. I had graduated college the December prior to that, and I got married in February. I was working, I was trying, to figure out what I was gonna do. We were living in a garage apartment. We were figuring life out as you do as a 23-year-old. Is that right? How old was I? 23. It's wild. And we were figuring things out, and I started this just to post eyeshadow looks. I tried to get a job at Mac, and they kind of laughed in my face. They're like, do you have a portfolio? And I was like, well, I've managed retail before in college and stuff. And they're like, are you an artist? Do you have an artist portfolio? And I'm like, no, but I've been doing people's makeup for years. And I'm, come on, it's not, for me, it wasn't hard, it was, and that's the thing, it wasn't hard for me. It was something I was naturally good at, and I loved, and I had a passion for, and they're like, no, girl. And so, I just took a different, whatever, I was doing different things, and I really wanted to do something, I don't even want to say I wanted to do something creative. I set out to do something creative. I didn't. It was just naturally what I wanted to do. Brad was working, I was working. If I had an extra little bit, I would buy one MAC eyeshadow a week, or I would try to build up my collection, and do things. And I would do these different eye looks by myself. At night, I would just play with makeup and stuff, took pictures of them. And then I started posting them online, just my eyeball, because, you don't want anybody to know who you are. Can't see your face, can't post your name. It was those days. And it was just kind of freaky. And then finally, I started a YouTube channel, and that was horrifying to me. And I did it, and I remember the feeling of sitting in that closet in our first place, and I remember sitting there, propping up my little Sony camera on a toilet paper roll, and being like, oh, what do I say? But when I turned it on, I just felt like comfort. Like, this is cool, you know, like I'm talking. And from the time when I was a kid, like I would always say like, okay, you know, I do this weird thing where I'd talk to myself in the mirror, like when I was really little, and like talk about like, okay, well, I'm gonna brush my hair now. I'm gonna put my shampoo, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't talking to anybody. Okay. Maybe that's another issue. But it just naturally happened. It turned into what it's turned into over the years. But these 16 years have seen, you know, from my first getting married to, you know, we got our first house, got this house, did other things in between, all of our life in between, brought home Waylon and showed him on camera. And y'all were there for his whole life, you know? And I can't even talk about Waylon anymore. It's been like 2 years. You've seen me, you know, I documented my pregnancy and told you guys what I was feeling. And, you know, you've seen me have my daughter. And, you know, I've kept my family. And this has always been something where I was like, I'm not exploiting anybody. This is just what I'm doing. I'm talking just like you would talk to a friend, right? But I'm not going to make my family dance around and do all this stuff. We're just talking like we're friends. But y'all have at the same time seen everything. Like, you've experienced my life with me over these last 16 years. And I feel like it's something that we don't take for granted, but we're all on social media. It's not some profound thing. But to think where we were 16 years ago, there was no Twitter, there was no Instagram yet. And to come through for that amount of time, I see people, someone said, I have been on here for 5 years. I'm like, good job. Like, that's amazing. Being on here for 1 year, amazing. But when I really think like, wow, it has been 16 years, that is insane to me. And 16 years at any job, right? A job at any place would be amazing. The people I've connected with, you know, that have become lifelong friends. And it forms, I think, a lot of who you are. I never was impressed by this. I think certain people in my life that kind of fell off the way were more impressed with it than I was and saw it for something different than I have all these years. Sometimes when something happens in your life, or you might move to a new house, or you might gain some sort of success, you may not change, but the people around you do. And I've been very lucky that very few people have, and I'm sure that people have had thoughts over the years, but it was, you know, no, I don't say wrong, but like, I say to myself sometimes, Tiffany, are you doing something profound? Like, is this profound? Are you changing anything? You're talking into a camera eating Taco Bell sometime. But then I think to myself, like, what job, going back to what I said, people judging me, what job have you had? What job can you say you've done for 16 years purely off of your authentic self, like connecting with people? And I'm not saying that to like toot my own horn. See, I'm always like, okay, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to say that I'm great, because I'm not. When I say, oh, I'm just doing a silly thing on YouTube, I think we need to have these like connections. And I've seen the messages I've gotten over the years of people that like, oh, well, it got me through this, or, you know, I watched your videos back when I was in like treatment for something, or I was in chemo or whatever, and I, you know, like watched your videos during that time. And again, not to say it's profound or anything, but like just to touch people's lives, just to connect. And why am I crying? I don't know. And then just to like look around and to see like just how you guys really appreciate, oh good, I have this, your job, right? You might be like, oh, this job sucks. Or oh, not sucks, but oh, I'm, you know, I don't want to go here every day or whatever. But you see it as this thing of like, because there's not always great times. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be relying on, you know, I used to think like, my job depends on people's approval of me, not of my performance in a job, or making certain amount of sales, or doing things like you would in a job, or performing a certain way and being a good teacher, how your students are performing. But it's literally just what people think about me. It's purely based on judgment. And that, you know, I've never really let that get to me. That used to be something I would think of, like, how effed up is this, you know? But I would just like I would talk on the phone to a friend, I'll fire up the camera once a week and we'll talk, because I like doing it. And I'm getting emotional just because like sometimes I do think about like how many people, how many things we've connected with, you know? And just get nostalgic about like about like situations. I'm not upset. Once I start crying or tearing up, I can't stop. So I'm so happy. This is a very happy video, but it's just like, you think back on your life and I'm like, wow, like this is such a cool thing. And to think that this whole 16 years, I guess what I'm trying to say, the whole 16 years of this is based on something real. And, you know, I never did some gimmick. I'm not pretending to be a trad wife cooking on the farm. Oh my God, listen to our podcast this week. Okay. I'm concerned. Okay. You know, not do that, but just sharing my real life. And sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's more exciting than others. You know, I'm not picking up every 5 years, moving to a new place for new content or slinging something. I just am showing you truly what I'm doing. And it's just to see the connections, and that's just all that matters. And I do really think that this has obviously changed my life. Like I said, you are warm and fuzzy for your job because it supports your family, right? That's how I feel about this. And I'm so thankful. And I've gotten to the point over the last several years where I am really proud of it. Not from like oh, look at me, I'm so proud perspective, but from a way of like this is something special. And this is something, why can't I get this? Hold on. Like, okay, this is something special. It's just exactly like it was before. This is something special. And I think that it is something that I can be proud of. And I'm just really excited about everything. And, you know, when I started, I remember thinking, am I gonna be able to get through the next couple months? How am I gonna do a video every week, couple times a week? I'm gonna run out of makeup looks. There's only so many colors in the rainbow. And then it just became something else. I just, from the beginning, thought I'm gonna do this as if no one's watching and judging, but also as if like I'm just talking to my girlfriends. And I think that has always don't say read very authentic, it is very authentic, but I can see why we've connected and why honestly I'm still doing this. I've never taken a break. I've never gotten burned out. I said this week, I was like, why am I not excited about the video I was doing? And then I realized, oh, it's because this is what I need to talk about this week. Friday is the 16th year, you know? And again, like, I just think that's so special. And I've always said, I'm gonna keep doing this. But then it's like, why not? Are you gonna stop talking to your friends? You know, and people say, oh, you know, please keep doing YouTube, never stop YouTube. And there's been lulls and up and down, like, okay, well, is YouTube, but I don't care, like, it's great. It's better than ever, I feel. It's wonderful. And again, like, I'm just so happy. And everyone watching, if it's 2 people, if it's 200, if it's 2,000, if it's 20,000, if it's 200,000, that's who's here meeting me at that moment. And I think that is so special and beautiful. And I see so many people getting hung up on numbers and this and that. I've had videos that get 20 million views. I've had videos used to that would get 300,000 in a couple days, in a week. And when I had like no subscribers, and then I always say, you know, it's been 16 years. We ain't all still hanging around, and that's okay. We all see different things. But the fact that we're still doing this long, and we're still connecting, and there's still new people coming in, and people revisit. I haven't watched you in 5 years. I'm so happy to reconnect. I think that's beautiful. It's ebbs and flows in life, and I get emotional because I truly think of it as like the fact that anyone has spent even a minute of their lives watching me is overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I'm even a part of someone's anything. Or that you know, or that you've listened to me, or that you even care. I'm about to start my period, can you tell? But wow, like what a crazy and fun time this has been this summer, right? Okay, but can you imagine what we're gonna do at 20 years? But that's the thing, like I have no plan. I want to keep doing, what am I gonna do? Stop like living my life and having and talking and like I said, you just stop talking to your friends? No. Like, so this is really, okay, now this does look bad. Okay. Just shove that up in there. I'm thankful. I love you guys. And I will never run out of stuff to yap about. Sorry. So here's the thing. I do have some things to talk about. I do have so many favorites, and I want to, okay, these are probably the best favorites we've ever done. Okay. And I thought, should I show things that are really old school things that I'm still using? And then I looked around and I thought, well, all of these things are kind of built upon all those things. And, you know, I don't know. So these are just the best of the best. Some new, some old, but a lot of new things. But I just truly am thankful, and I don't know, I just wanted to I felt like I just needed to talk. I needed to kind of say thanks and kind of spill out some emotions today, which I didn't really expect. Everything that's happened, and I just look back again, like Waylon's whole life. Y'all saw here, he was 12. This is longer than that, and I think, gosh, I felt like he lived a lifetime. But then I'm like, wow, we've been doing this for longer. It's like we're the full age of almost an adult. I was gonna say we can drive now. We can drive. But can you imagine when the 20-year hits? I mean, my gosh, but I just am so excited to be growing together and to have this outlet. Let me know what you guys want to see. If there's ever anything too, like I feel like I've done so many things. It's endless what we can do here, right? But sometimes, you know, I just really want to do what you guys want to see. So if you see someone recommend things in the comments that you want to see videos on, because sometimes I don't know, you know, I want to know what you guys want. If you see someone else recommend something that you want, just thumbs it up or comment it or whatever you do here. Okay. All right, so again, I think we talked about these last video, these tops. Now I did end up getting the medium, okay? And the medium fits so much better. They don't gap out here. So get your true size in these, even if you have a larger chest. It is a bit tight, but it's that kind of scuba material. Get your true size. And again, it'll kind of stretch out as you wear it, but it won't be gapping out in the pits like mine was last week. And then I just love these jeans. People say distressing's in or out. I don't think it matters, but these are great ones. They're not crazy destroyed. And then these shoes, okay, these shoes. Now, I think these are so dumb. First of all, they're not these, okay. These are like 54 bucks, I believe. They're so squishy on the bottom. These feel like Italian-made shoes, okay, when you feel them. They're not like real leather, I don't think. No, they're not real leather or anything. They're just comfy. But let me tell you, these, so special. And I'll link to a little clip below of, gosh, now my nose is running because I cried. They catch the light beautifully. These are so dumb when you see, and I'm sorry, okay? Y'all know I'm gonna be honest. When you don't have I think the stones is what makes these work. If you get them without the stones and you are an elder millennial like myself, geriatric millennial, I don't even wanna say I was born in 84, so I'm on the cusp. But everything that millennials kind of identify with is not me, because we didn't have social media in high school, barely in college. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we can be considered that. I think there's just something different there, but whatever. If you are a geriatric millennial or older, and you ever went to like a Kmart, Eckerd, you know, stores in the 90s, okay, and in the 80s with your mom. These were hanging on everything. They were like without the sparkles, okay? They were red, or they were those little mesh shoes. And traumatized when I saw people wearing these. I was like, oh God, like you think they're good, but they're not. It's one of those things like people can be like eyebrow blind. Been there. Makeup blindness is a huge thing. Should we do a video on makeup blindness and the mistakes that people are making that I can help you with, hopefully? Because I made them all, and let's just be real. But I think we're a little blind sometimes to fashion things, and the ones that are just plain that they're a copy of like that really expensive designer brand. They're like $1,000 or something for these dumbass shoes. Dumb mesh shoes. It's not like I said dumbass shoe. Well, both, okay? They're not doing anything for you. Now, if you get them in a sparkle, they do, okay? It just changes the whole vibe, and these are comfortable. And I don't like a flat all the time anyways, because of like this, you know, feet are sweating, or even especially in the summer, but the mesh on these, perfection. And they look so good with everything. So very good. All right, so I'll link to everything that I'm wearing. My sweet necklace from Livy that you can enjoy. I'll link to that, earrings. Oh, and then I got this I should have done my nails today. I linked to my little Clover bracelet too. This is not a Van Cleef bracelet, and it's not a knockoff. It doesn't say Van Cleef on it or anything. But I got this from Amazon, and it was like $15, and it's beautiful, okay? I spend money on some dumb stuff, but that just doesn't tempt me. I like it. No way in hell would I spend that much on it. Okay. And this ring. This was my push present when I had Olivia, and Brad got me, you know, the size I needed. He compared it with another ring, went to get it for me and surprised me. A ring that was not fitting on my finger because my hands expanded, as they do when you're pregnant. Brad got me the ring, and then I put it on, and after I had Olivia, I was like, okay, they'll go back. And I was like, no, my knuckles aren't going back. Like, not just swelling, but you think your knuckles like are permanently huge. They will go back, but I just thought they weren't. And so Brad went back, got a bigger size. They let him swap it, which was so nice, but it is pretty big. And so I can't wear this ring on its own. And I don't really even love the look of these Cartier Love rings by themselves. I think they're prettier if you layer something. And so I've always just worn like just little faux, you know, costumey jewelry. I always have to change them out every couple years. And I thought, you know, I don't want something crazy, but I do want something that's plated nicely, that's beautiful. The sparkle on this is so beautiful. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's a Swarovski ring. The Swarovski bands are so beautiful, and it's just perfect. So I love that. Okay, this cloth, let's talk about it. I finally caved and bought these clear skin towels, and I always thought, is this a gimmick? The idea is every time you wash your face, I wash my face morning and night, as we do, but we're using like our hand towel, even if like it's been used once before or it has a little bit of water on it, whatever. They say they're very germy. I can see that. Now I change mine out I've always changed mine out every day. We've got so many white towels. And when I look at them, they are kind of destroyed because then that white towel sits there. I use it to wipe off my makeup brushes. I use it to wipe off my hands. And so my white towels have makeup all over them. Even after I wash them, they just look not great, okay? You guys know. And something tickled me one day and I thought, you know what? Let's F around. Let's get something. Now, okay, I love these, first of all. So you get a bunch of them. They are huge. They're absorbent. This is the one that I used this morning. They are so soft. They dry off your face beautifully. I'm very prone to breaking out, unfortunately, still. And I think all of us, even as you get older, whatever, like you might think, oh, my skin texture is bad, or I've got like, you can avoid all of those little bumps with probably products you're using, the way that you're washing your face, what you're washing your face with, but it could also be like some dirt trapped with like bacteria and stuff. But what really got me with this, okay, is that I use one morning and night. After I dry my face, I fold it up and I put it right next to my sink where I'm doing my makeup and everything, like where my little vanity area is, or I bring it with me. And I can wipe off my brushes. I can wipe off my hands. I can get these so makeup-y. So if you're not using these, you gotta grab these. These are like a game changer, okay? Really quickly with perfume so I can get these out of here because they're flopping around. If you guys didn't grab this, grab it. I did try the Finery, the one called The Other Rouge. Is that what it's called? It's in a blue bottle that they have at Target. That's like $28. That also became very known. When I think Bethany Frankel or something went on, it was like, this is a dupe. And kind of like I did with this. But this was already a known dupe, okay? I was shocked when I saw it. You guys know the story. The Baccarat Rouge, okay? I bought so many of them. They're like hundreds of, they're so expensive. They're like $300. It's stupid, okay? But it's the best perfume. The Finery, The Other Rouge, I sprayed it on me. I did not get it. I didn't get it. It didn't smell to me, and it didn't last. And it smelled a little too hard, too almost like musky. It had a different smell after the fact. But I can understand if you're not really familiar with Baccarat or you smell it, you think, oh yeah, that's kind of similar. I know Baccarat. I've worn it for years. I've gone through 3 of the little bottles and half of the giant one. I'm obsessed. So I smelled this on a waitress. You guys know the story, a while back at our favorite restaurant. And I was like, oh, you smell so good, Baccarat. Because you know Baccarat. I was giving her a compliment, like, I recognize that you've done a lot with your perfume and I appreciate it, okay? I appreciate the money that you've spent and the time. And she was like, no, girl, it's Ariana Grande. And so I ran to get it. And this is insane. And I've got my friend turned on it. My friend was like, when I first smelled it, I didn't know. My friend hates vanilla. She loves it. This has a hint of vanilla. So this is all the notes of Baccarat with a hint of vanilla. So I'm not saying it's gonna be exact. It's all the good parts of Baccarat with a layer of vanilla. It's Baccarat. To me, I smell it. It's so good. And I think it's even better. Okay. And then the Delina. Okay, this is also my favorite. This, not the Delina Exclusive, very different. And I see people that get these confused. The Delina Exclusive, I can't even say it, is the only one, the only place they sell it is at Nordstrom, okay? The regular Delina you can get all over. The Delina Exclusive is exclusive to Nordstrom, and it is wildly different and so much better. It has the notes of Delina without the harsh cedar that honestly, I got the little set for from the anniversary sale, which if you didn't get that, I'd say grab it because it's, or just to get one of these, honestly, maybe just buy this perfume instead. I liked the set because it came with a small one of these and it came with a regular Delina and then the Delina Rose, which I really like the Rose. But the Delina, the regular one, I'm gonna have to give that bottle to somebody else because I can't wear that one. It chokes me out. Something about it just, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to wash this off. This one is soft, it's sexy. People notice it when you wear it. It's the most feminine, like rose, powdery, like rich scent. And then this, the third one. So you've got like your, I'm a, you know, basic everyday, like rich bitch, like this smells good, you know, yummy. This is more like feminine, roses, powdery, rich bitch. And then this is the La Tulipe, which is a fresh scent, which is one of the, I want to spray it on. Okay, I will spray it on here. I'm wearing all three. That's a nice combo. This smells like you've just got out of a sink filled with Dawn. They've scrubbed you like a baby duck. I don't know. It smells like Dawn dish soap, but rich. Like I'm washing my dishes, but I'm rich. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being fun. You guys know what I'm saying, okay? All right, so let's get into some other things. Let's talk about skin. My moisturizer that I have been living for is this Bloom. It's very inexpensive. It's a gel cream for acne prone skin, which I would say, no, I need something thick, moisturizing, plumping. I have very breakout prone, can be oily, combination skin. If I layer on a ton of moisture and really give my skin so much nourishment with oils, I don't get oily. My skin's balanced. So I think sometimes when you're really fighting your skin, I preach this in every video, but please just stick with me. Please do this, it'll change your life. If you're fighting your oily skin with oil control products, oil control primers, harsh cleansers, not a lot of moisture, you know what I mean, makeup that's designed to mattify, your skin is going to pump so much oil and it will break through and it's gonna look like crap. If you really nourish your skin, it balances itself out and it's just a fact. This is so good. Now, and this is like, it's plumping, it's juicy. I feel like my skin looks better than it ever has. I tried this moisturizer from Colleen Rothschild. Love Colleen, okay, love her products. I've been using them for years. But this really surprised me. She's got this new Gentle and Clear Light. It's not so new anymore, but I got it a long time ago. And you guys know I'm very set in my skincare. And if I do add something in, I do it very slowly. So I didn't really get into the products all at once and change everything. I'm very particular about changing things. So when I ended this, because this is empty, I started using this in the morning and I thought, Gentle and Clear Weightless Moisturizer. It's got things in it that are great for acne prone skin, as does this. You know, this will not break you out. It's got some, I don't know if it's like charcoal, I don't want to misspeak here, and I'm sure I can read about it. Hold on. Oil-free, non-comedogenic, hydration, blemish-prone, reactive, and sensitive skin. It's got something that calms and balances the skin's microbiome, helping prevent breakouts. Charcoal powder that helps regulate excess oil, leaving skin feeling refreshed. That's what scared me. But no, when you use this, it feels exactly like this. These are like bouncy, creamy, thick, rich moisturizers that also won't break you out. And this is what I'm using today. It's great, not drying it. It's so good. It's plumping, it's wonderful. This is an amazing moisturizer and I just love this whole line. I just think it's beautiful. So that's been a good one. The skin oils, okay? Let's talk about skin oils really quickly and then we'll get into some makeup. I just want to hit so many favorites. The two, you cannot go wrong with the Colleen Face Oil number 9. I've gone through so many of these. I'll put a tiny bit on my fingertips, pat it on in the morning. If I'm not doing makeup, sometimes I will, even if I am doing makeup. You can use it at night, but this one will not break you out. All oils are not created equal. I will put the little skin ingredient checker below that you can go to. You can put in any ingredient list and see if it has pore cloggers. And some things, you know, even if they do, and I know they don't break me out, I'll use, but most of these things don't. This is also really great. If you're tiptoeing into skin oils and you're like, oh my gosh, like, don't know if I can do it. Get this. It's the oil for acne prone skin. I keep this by my bed every night. Right before I roll over my last step, I put this on. Like, I just like the way it smells, but it just kind of, I feel, locks in everything at night. I have even mixed this with my moisturizer during the day or at night, and it's really, really nice. Okay, and then one more skin thing. I ended up getting this, a vitamin C serum, which is something that I don't often use. I'm gonna explain why, because 95% of them, you're spending money, 95% of things that say vitamin C, right, you're spending money on, once you open the bottle, it doesn't have any vitamin C in it, because vitamin C is the most unstable skin ingredient there is. It like oxidizes it in light, in air, all of these things. So it is nicer if it has a pump. So I don't know, sometimes it scares me that this one has a dropper, but this one is really good. It supposedly has really, really nice reviews, and people say, dermatologists say, this is one of the only ones that will actually hold up and still be stable. But it's good for brightening. I've been doing it in the morning, and I really do like it. I think it's, I can see a difference. I don't know, I really love it. It's light, it's thin, it's just like a clear liquid, not oily. It's just a true serum, right? It's just clear. It feels like nothing, but it's getting in there. Okay, I have a lot of makeup, you guys. But just one more thing. This is a supplement for your skin, and it's a Mind Body Skin supplement. This is probably my 4th bottle of this. You take 3 a day. It has bioavailable vitamin A, turmeric and dandelion for inflammation and liver support, digestive blend, 5-HTP, which supports well-being and stress relief, DIM and B5 supports healthy hormones, and glutathione, which brightens skin tone and antioxidant activity. But the biodegradable vitamin A says it's a healthy alternative to like toxic prescriptions, think Accutane, but it doesn't do any of that stuff, because non-drying, nothing. It just, I feel, since I've taken this, I don't have any like big underground things that feel hormonal, which I'm very prone to, okay? I feel better. Not that I wasn't feeling before, but as we enter different phases in our life, I feel fine. I'm not noticing any big changes in your body. They say, like, you know, sometimes your late 30s, your early 40s, you might be years and years and years away from menopause, or not. But you're gonna start experiencing some different things. And of course, I'm sure we'll talk about that as the years go by. When we hit 30 years, this is gonna be a real doozy of a channel. Don't know what we'll be doing. But I feel that over the last maybe 5 years, I've had more like anxiety. I felt kind of different swings around like maybe my cycle, whereas I used to not have issues with like hormonal, you know, I never felt off at different times. I never felt kind of that out of control, like, oh, I feel down and I don't know, oh, it's my hormones, oh, it's PMS. I never felt like that before. And I feel like the last couple years, you know, you do kind of notice some different things. Now, I'm not going to say this is magic or anything, but since I've been taking this, I felt more like myself than I have. Not that I wasn't feeling like myself, but I just feel like I'm in a good mood. I feel good. I feel healthy. I don't know what it is, but I really do like this. I take this with the Ritual probiotic, the Ritual multivitamin, and this every morning, and it's wonderful. Okay, let's get into some stuff. Now, the biggest thing I'm gonna say that really can change how you look, and we're gonna do a video on being like makeup blind, because I think we need to have this conversation. You're seeing people showing you the concealer tricks, and don't do this, do that, do this, don't do that. I'm just gonna say it's not rocket science, but we need to stop with the powdering. And some lady, I didn't finish the story the other day, jogging. Some lady sent me this message, a really sweet woman. And she's like, I owe you a huge apology. She was like, I have watched you honestly preach about and screech about like, don't powder the under eye, stop it and quit it. And she was like, bitch, like she was probably thinking like, I have to, okay? This is how I do it and I have to, okay? She finally didn't, and she was like, Tiffany, like, it's changed my life. We think we have to set our makeup and all this. We just have to use good makeup, okay? Like, sometimes setting things accentuates the textures, you know? It's odd. Like, I'm not putting shine sticks and serums all over my T-zone, but this is what skin's supposed to look like. And I saw someone the other day, and I really trust her. I like her, but she was reviewing things, and I love her takes on things. She's funny, but she does very matted makeup, and that's how she's always done it. She's beautiful, and her skin looks like porcelain. But she tried this makeup that she honestly hated, okay? But it was like a serum foundation, probably no good, okay? It looked, I don't know. I think you can use foundations like the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, or even just most things have a nice, healthy, like, finish that just looks like your skin. Skin's not supposed to be matted out. And when she put it on, she looked 10 years. I was like, she looked fresh. And she was like, whoa, I hate this. And I was like, oh, the product might suck. It might not feel good on your skin or whatever, but you need to go for something. I think we all need to go for something a little more. I'm not saying glowy or crazy. I'm saying like skin. Your face is supposed to look like that. Okay. So the under eye, which is where I think it tells our age the most. Not that that's bad, but what I'm saying is what we're doing to it makes you look older and cracky and craggy. Whereas if you just did it this way, you'd look like the age that you are. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're aging yourself. Okay. This is the best product of all time. It is cheap. It is beautiful. It's better than anything you can buy at any expensive store. It's the Lottie Under Eye Concealer, and I use the light or corrector. Now what I do my foundation. Before I do my eyeshadow and stuff, I do this. And I use this little, probably $2 brush from Amazon. This is perfect. You see all the people talking about like the cat paw brushes and this and that. Some of them are too hard, I found. You want one that's springy and soft. You put this on just in where you're dark, okay? And then I always have like I have a dip there that gets real dark, okay? Where you got shadows. All right, go about your business, do your makeup, whatever. And then I do my eyes, okay? Make sure there's nothing there, dust off anything if there is, which it should be fine. I take, where are you? Yes. I've been using this concealer for a long time, and I've really wanted to really be real about it because at first I was like, whoa, I've gotten my friends turned on to this, my family. This is the best under eye concealer, luxury concealer with hyaluronic acid and collagen. This is kind of like when you first used that old like creaseless concealer that felt like, I was like, ew, this feels like sticky cream. Like, how is this gonna work? It does, because you do not want a concealer. Even like the Armani Luminous Silk, it's beautiful, and that's the one to use. But this is even better because you want it to be creamy. You want it to stay like bouncy. If anything sets on your under eye, you're gonna look cracky and craggy and crappy. And what you wanna apply this with is a flat brush. This is the one that you get with it when you buy it, or when I bought it. I've used a beauty blender, fine, good, whatever. But you wanna, I think with under eye concealer, the best thing is just an old basic ass foundation brush. And then I do this and I kind of bring it down here, okay? And when I look at occasionally I'll do just a little here. Yeah, put a little there. When I look at myself in the mirror throughout the day, look at yourself like maybe 5 hours, 10 after hour, well, maybe not 10, after you do your makeup, right? Look at yourself, and where do you always like have those, you're touching up your eye area. Do you know what I'm saying? Or it might look dry. And you might just accept that. Well, I've got wrinkles, this is how I look. No, you'll look at yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys. And I'm gonna say occasionally, like I have that little line here, not a line like wrinkles, but it's hollow right there. You can take a brush similar to this and a little bit of this. Now, do not put this anywhere else on your face. It has talc in it. It's the By Terry Hyaluronic Powder. This is the only, I'm not saying, do not pack it on your under eye. But take it on like maybe one of those dual fiber brushes, or those little those little wispy little dust off brushes, or one like this. It's a little fluffier, not the same one you use for your concealer. And then just lightly tap it here and it will blur all that. And then you you're not setting things, you're not looking nuts. And I'm not saying you look nuts, but I'm saying like, look at how our eyebrows looked in the early 2000s and late 90s. And we thought we were killing it. And now I'm spending my life savings. I will be spending my life savings on expensive brow serums for the rest of my life to keep these little scragglers hanging on. If I stop using them, they go back to my 2000 eyebrows, and we can't have that. We thought that looked real good is my point. So back up sometimes and think, listen, slap yourself in the face, get real with yourself, okay? Get real with yourself. This is another face product or skin product that I forgot to show. This is a vitamin C eye cream. It's the C Brightening Eye Complex, brightening treatment for dark circles and under eye puffiness by Revision. Now, Missy, who does my Botox, recommended this. And I was like, yeah, I've got an eye cream that I love. And she was like, this is my favorite. So then I started getting curious, and then I ended up buying it. Just use it in the morning. It's so good. So good. So good. All right, what else do we have? We just have a few more things. This is something that I don't feel like gets enough love. It's these double-ended concealers by Laura Mercier. It's the Secret Camouflage Brightening and Correction Duo. Now, if you get one that's closer to your skin tone, then you can use the brightening end, which has a little bit of pearls, to correct your under eye circles. However, I don't really like it for there. I think it's a little drying. I like to use it on other parts of my face, but you can use it on your eyes, whatever. The correct end, okay, the correcting end is good for blemishes. What I like to use it for is like, I'll put a little here and here and do like a little, you know, right at the end. I'll put a little here, I do the heart on my nose, and then I do a line down my nose. Okay, I've already done it, and I can't see. So I might have, okay, I can't see. Do I have a mirror? Yes, I do have a mirror. It's a really, really good product, and it's really good, I feel, just for like highlighting, and it's just real nice, okay? And then, oh, let me just show you this, because I had this out. I bought this a long time ago, and I have been very like, not so into powder eyeshadows. I don't like all the tugging, all the blending. I don't think that's great. I just use this most every day, the Mid-Century, okay? You get this, this is all you need. This is my favorite eye product ever. I used this brush with it. This is the best eyeshadow brush. Very, mine's gross. Very unique, okay? Kind of a stippling eyeshadow brush, but it's perfect. Nothing better than this for liquid or cream shadows. And I dust this all over my lid, under my eyes. But I saw this because I was looking through my makeup products the other day, and I was like, get real, okay? Get real with yourself. Again, you need to get rid of some stuff. And then I saw this, I thought, oh, I just bought this, I think like in April or something, maybe during the Sephora sale. And I'm really into it. So what I'm wearing today is the Patrick Major Dimension. I will link to the exact one because I think they have a bunch of these. So the top is warm, the bottom is cool. When you do your eyeshadow, it's very important, if you do like to use these warmer tones like me, that you do mix sort of a cool taupey first on the lid, or else you're gonna end up looking all orange, okay? So it's nice to have a mix of both. And a lot of times with palettes, the colors, this is why I just got so over palettes over the years, because I'd have one color that I'd use, and I'd be like, ugh, and it wasn't, ugh, right? And they weren't, it would be a palette of just all warm colors. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? A palette of just all cool colors. What am I gonna do with this? I need a warm color, okay? I can't have a palette of just cool things. It has a good black, a good light colors. And then on the end here, it's got these two creams that I honestly haven't used much, but you could put them on like a angled brush and even use that as your eyeliner. These are very smooth, very beautiful. What I've been using for my eyeliner is this, the Bobbi Brown Big Sticks. I like the Fog, which is a gray, and I love the Panther. And I just take this at the end, I sharpen it when I need to, but that's what I'm wearing today. They're beautiful, they're blendable, they're perfect. And a few more things. This I have talked about for years, but if you are, again, makeup blind, as we all are at some point, and you were gonna start maybe tiptoeing into some things that look more like, you're gonna notice that people are gonna comment on your skin and say, you'll look good, you'll look rested. Put this on, you go to the casino, you don't get carded. Sometimes, okay. But the Chanel sculpting stick, and then you take this brush, you go like this, you do a little this, you go like that. This is what I do, very last step, okay? And it just gives you a really good look. Now, even if you're wearing more matte foundation, or like, this is where like, do this, get this, okay? Don't smear it on. Nobody's doing that with sticks, okay? Because if you see people wiping sticks all over, it's just wiping off whatever you have. Don't do that. But put a brush over it, okay? You'll be fine. Another stick product that I really love, okay, this blush. Okay. Really have fallen in love with these sticks. Now the highlighters in this brand, the Westman, do have a coconutty thing or some kind of skin clogging thing. The blushes don't. And if you tried the Merit blushes, which I love those Merit blushes, the little ones in the round thing that look like a little bubble, but you found they were too sheer, which I like that. I like that they're sheer. I think you're gonna really love these. These are a little drier in formula, but you put them on like this. Now these you can wipe right over your skin because you're not like you're not, something about this formula I just really love. Oh, I don't have a blush brush, but you can just blend it in. And this is the Minette color. And I'm gonna say, like, this brand, I want every color. I want every color in this blush. I want it all, okay? But I'm trying not to be insane, but they last, they're beautiful. But the packaging is a little unhinged. It's a little much for what it is. And you have to roll it all the way down, because for this to be as expensive as it is, you can't even leave it up that much, because they did not leave a millimeter for you, okay? This will smash, and I have smashed it many times. So the contour one that I got, I put the lid on, the whole stick came out with it the next time. So take care of these, okay? But the product's so good. The lips, this is just what I do all the time, the Chanel Mary Rose. I'll never get sick of it. This has been the mascara that I've been loving, the Ground Drama with the peptides. This is a great mascara. And then this, another stick. I've tried so many cream bronzers, contours. This is just an all-in-one thing, okay? I'm not doing contour, bronzer, all this, no. I take this, I put it on a fluffy brush, and I just doop, doop, on my nose, on my jawline. You guys know the drill. But I use the color, this is Clay, and I also like Sen, like the river, I like that too. But it's a little darker. And then one more product I'm gonna say, this is a great, great, great concealer, and I found it on Amazon. And it has a hint of a green to it. Now you'd look at it and you wouldn't think that. Okay, mine looks insane because I tried to sharpen it like these old ones that I used to. This is how old I am. This is what an elder millennial I am. When I was in high school, I was on the yearbook committee, and we didn't have computers to like do the layouts. We had to use cropping pencils, you guys know, and the cropper. And you do all the photos, you do the layouts, you send them in like paper layouts. But this reminds me of the red cropping pencils, and I never could figure out how to destroy those, okay? And I clearly did that with this too. But, okay, so yeah, it looks flesh toned, but there's a little bit of a green to it. But let me tell you, it's an Erase Zit Acne and Blemish Concealer, and I think it has like some salicylic or maybe some tea tree oil. I don't know, because that's what I was like, if I'm really having a problem, I ain't packing on some like concealer that ain't not gonna do anything for me, okay? I want it to be kind of healing. And most days, you guys, I do just very light makeup, just some skin oil, some serum. I try to really reel it in most days, and I am comfortable and like that most days. But I also, not for anybody else, but like, yeah, I might see my neighbor. I might be, catching a glimpse of myself in the 1,000 mirrors that I got around this place, and I don't want to be like, oh girl. Like, I feel better about myself when you can't see the big ol' redness that I got all over. Redness, scars, whatever. You just, this, I don't know what it is. It just makes it disappears instantly. Like, you don't even have to rub it in. And this is the color. This is the color. Neutral Light. That's what I'm using. And I think they have other ones. It smells like a cropping pencil. But I'm just gonna be honest. You need this, okay? You need this not just in your makeup kit, but when I wash my face at night, sometimes like I wash my face, and then if I've got like I had this weird thing, it looked like a bug bite. I don't know what the hell happened, but it was this big, like, I thought it was a zit. Okay, this is what happened. I thought it was a zit. And I was like, what is this? And it kind of feel like when you get an ant bite, which I also have on my hand, those little hard ones, it was itching, and I was like, okay. And then it started going away, and I put one of those like acne patches on it when I went to bed one night. And I think it was one that had like salicylic in it. It wasn't just one of those like hydrocolloid ones. And when I took it off the next morning, my skin was like puffy and swelled under it. And so I had this big like nickel-sized weirdness. I'm like, what is this happening? And so I'd wash my face at night, and I would look crazy. And I would just be like, doop, doop, I put that over it, gone. And then I wouldn't feel bad about it, because it's like it's good for your skin. Okay. That's it, y'all. That's it. I just showed you 100 things. That's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Favorites were definitely on the agenda and long overdue. Hope you picked up a few tips too, but I just really wanted, and I feel so good about, I just wanted to acknowledge that, the years, and I never do that, never make a big deal about it. Maybe on my 10th one I may have said something, but occasionally in passing you'll hear me say, oh, this is my 15th year, this is my 16th year, this is whatever. And again, I think it's something I don't feel bad about. It's something I should be proud of. It's wonderful. And it's wonderful, I think, to do something where you might think, oh, this is so silly. But I think how many people can say they've done something for years based purely on just who they are, being honest, sharing good stuff like you would with a friend, or having those fun conversations, shared good times, bad times. You know, if you're into relationship stuff, more personal things, we get into a lot of stuff on our podcast and a lot of like current events. And I just am so thankful that I have this to share on, and that I have you guys to join. I don't know, but I'm really thankful, you guys. And I've never once taken any of this for granted. At the same time, I've never once been that impressed with any of this. But it's not rocket science to put a video on the internet and connect with people. But at the same time, I'm very thankful that we do connect in this way. And I think it is a special connection. And I'm going to stop talking now before I start crying again. So thank you guys so much. Again, no plans on stopping. No, I'm not cutting you. I mean, I'm not breaking this friendship. Okay, we're good. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being a part of my life for the last 17 years. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Okay, for the last 17 years, for taking any amount of time. 17 years, 16 years. Why am I saying 17? Now I'm going to start saying 17 because we're going into our 17th year. These last 16 years, thank you for letting me in and being a part of your life. And I love y'all so much. I truly do. When I say that, I know it sounds like I love y'all, but truly it's like I do. I really appreciate you guys if you're watching this, especially if you stuck with me this long. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye, y'all.